No sé si me dice. ¿Ah, sí? Hola. ¿Estoy en el baile este? Tengo la de las dos cuentas. A ver, es que el baile lo dan gratis. La kinga así vale 2000 pavos. 2000 pavos y yo mando. ¿Que te voy a comprar algo? Es que tú tenías 2400 pavos y he hecho what the fuck. Ah, digo que te has comprado el baile de 200 que salió de ayer, ¿sí o no? Te compraste ayer el baile de 200. De la piedrecita. ¿Quién le dice si lo tiene? Porque yo digo yo que lo tiene. Me he venido con mi primo un ratito y yo, o sea, me ha invitado y estaba haciendo directo, digo yo, y mira, va a hacer un directo. No podemos bailar aquí, en este modo. No podemos bailar. No podemos... Joel, ven conmigo. ¿Qué tal está echando ya esto? Joel, ven conmigo. ¿Qué tal está echando ya esto? Ven, que están echando ya de la gran pantalla. Están echando... Hay un montón de gente. Ay, ven ahora. Y mira, esto es el ojo de YouTube.
Jason, you said you think it's sustainable, that what you're seeing, especially with your colleagues in baseball, that this can be something where you're feeling more comfortable, feeling more safe to share how you feel about social injustice and police brutality. What are you doing right now in this moment with your platform to help change how we look at voting and how to educate the culture and the community about voting?
Well, first, what I'm doing, Carrie, is joining up with More Than a Vote and joining up with other athletes and entertainers to get that message out and use our platform in that sense as a group. And try to create a brand with this to make it something that's not just about the election coming, make sure that it's about people getting educated for years to come and figure out where to vote and how to vote. We've got people in different areas that cover different demographics and influence different people. And as a baseball player, as a black baseball player, I feel like now, like we talked about, is finding the time to show people that you can use your voice in this profession. You don't have to be afraid. And to me, that can help a kid growing up. He can see me, he can see other guys that were in the video we posted saying, hey, this is what they're standing for. They're speaking up for these things, and it's okay to want to play baseball. It's not lame. It's not something I have to be as afraid of as I was before. So I feel like that's my role in this.
Tengo toda, Joel, te voy a mandar una foto de cómo tengo la taquilla. ¿Vale? Una foto aquí. No, me cago.
When you want to try to make a vote and try and cast your vote, you have to do it by mail. You have to sign up for the absentee ballot. Then you have to get another ballot in return. They have to send it back to you. Well, for me personally, they didn't send that back until it was too late. Right? We didn't get it in the mail to the address that's an Atlanta address at my parents' house. We didn't get that in the mail until it was too late. And then from other friends and family that are still in Georgia right now, I just hear about them being held in lines too long and trying to get off work. And then they're like, wait a minute, you start looking at the clock, it's like, oh, this is not going to happen today, right? And so I saw Mayor Keisha Bottoms, reach out via social media to people and say, hey, I'm going to address these issues right now. I need y'all to stay in line to cash your vote.
Mira la foto, Joel.
So to me, in Georgia, that's what that looks like.
Well, it's interesting that you even bring that up because there have been all these images, specifically from Georgia, because that's such a battleground, where you see people, especially when it came to the primaries, doing whatever it takes. And
Sí,
this
sí,
is
míralo,
real life
míralo.
voter suppression that you're talking about. It's been happening for decades. It's
Que me
not what you're
cayó.
saying. These examples of sending you your ballot too late after the fact, or shutting down the polls at 6 o'clock while people still are in line. That's a real life issue. There needs to be
moviéndome.
and I think that what we're doing right now is fair. But the idea of voter suppression, do you think that that is well known, especially with folks, you know, within the generation, your generation?
I think it's known in our communities, right? I don't think it's let people hear about it, let people learn about what it looks like, and we want people to say, okay, look, like this is gonna happen, we have to expect this, and we can no longer make the excuse, you know, we can't say that anymore.
Jason, everybody knows, or it feels as if everyone knows that the time is now. America's paying attention to us. We have their eyes, we have their ears. We look toward the future. What are you most excited about in terms of seeing a change?
I'm excited about how
the
word is being spread right now. The biggest athletes, the biggest icons, biggest entertainers are doing their part, but I'm also seeing people out there on the streets doing their part. So many things got lost. Could have been
Yo ayer conocí uno que se llamaba en español y este también habla español. No me lo creo. Ayer conocí uno en español.
We're doing this for the right reasons. We're going to come together. We're going to use drones. We're going to use social media. I feel like this is
conocí uno en Free Zone y gané la partida con él.
You're right about that, and you're right. People are spreading the word unapologetically. We out here, we doubling down. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Ve el hombre este. Mamma mía, cuando
Hey everybody, I am so excited to welcome a friend, a brother, family member, if you will, former colleague, NBA great, sports analyst, philanthropist. He does it all, and he's here to give us his time and his platform to talk about something that is so important, that is voting. Everybody, welcome Jalen Rose to We the People. Talk to me about how important it is for the people who know you and love you and look up to you. Why is it so important that you use your platform to talk about voting?
Initially, we have to get past the stigma of the mental systemic racism that comes with the presidential race, governors, mayors, senators, judges. We've been conditioned to believe that our vote does not matter. So usually when we looked up at all of those races and people that were running, not only did they not look like us, we didn't believe they were there to represent our best interests. So therefore, as a collective, we didn't mobilize until Obama, and we felt a sense of hope that finally our country is going to do something that we felt would never happen in our lifetime. And I remember being at the inauguration in 2008. I made sure I was there. And we voted in 2016. We didn't vote, Carrie. We didn't vote. And so many people try to make this political. This is not political. Me telling somebody to vote is like telling somebody to pay taxes. So that's one, getting over the stigma of nobody is going to represent our best. And then number two, the reality. Is that the person that gets the most votes doesn't necessarily win the presidency. That's uncomfortable right there. Because that's actually what took place in 2016. The Electoral College chose the president. And if you put all of their pictures up, I'm pretty sure they look a lot more like each other than they look like now. How about that? And then the third thing, especially in urban environments, oh man, it's like you gotta jump over the fence, you gotta run past the dog, you gotta jump on the hood of the car. The lines is 5 hours long. You get up to the poll and they don't work. Elderly people working in the city. Well, they got the young people who understand like these are all systematic things that try to discourage us from voting. And then finally, We don't have a day off to vote.
Tengo que montarme el madrillo, ¿verdad? Joder, tío. Ay, me tengo que sentarme, joder.
I'm going to mail in vote. And you know what you want people to realize? That counts. So your vote
Qué fornite.
counted if you're able to mail it in. So those are a few things that I hope that we can do and mobilize. And shout to LeBron and his team. Shout to you and everybody involved. We will make a difference.
Well, let's talk about more than a vote. There is a Black collective of athletes, of artists coming together and saying,
Me monto en aquí arriba y me voy a tirar el
local elections. It's about the people who are your DAs, your state DAs, like the people who actually make change in your community, who will change police brutality.
Joel, ¿dónde estás? No te encuentro.
They can help you in stopping police brutality. So talk to me about why you decided to be a part of More Than a Vote and what it actually means.
Well, it means a lot to be involved with.
¿Dónde estás, Joel?
As you mentioned. And I said this multiple times, and I know it can be uncomfortable when I say it, but a lot of times we have to get to the root of the issue before we find a solution. I wish America
Mañana semana 7, Joel. No me lo creo.
Black culture.
¿Ya ha vuelto de vacaciones? No. Es que
in a lot of ways what's encouraging, but also sometimes disappointing about
Pero ¿dónde está, Joel? No te encuentro. Y no te veo tu nombre.
And we use those vehicles to get paid.
Joel, muévete de esto, va a buscarme para encontrarte. Y no te encuentro.
I would say sports and entertainment represent
Aleluya.
a powerful group of black men in the United States. I'm talking about money, the ability to mobilize, community involvement, their leadership, their intellect. And so to have all of us pulling in the same direction for anything that we're is going to be a difference, but it's definitely going to be a difference maker in the 2020 vote, because we're going to make sure we inform everybody that they can let their voice be heard. And
Jalen, what does voter suppression look like to you?
A perfect example took place recently, Carrie.
Me voy aquí arriba. Me voy aquí arriba.
You know what they did? Lock the
Me
door.
voy.
You know what the people did? They continued to bang on the doors, continue to bang on the windows. They continued to let it know they were not going to leave the premises.
Ella me voy a tirar tu cara.
And you know what ended up happening?
Te quiero matar.
And allowed those people to vote. So do not be discouraged. These barriers show you that it matters. And we're here to
Aleluya,
the same thing
aleluya.
with our platforms.
Te voy a matar, mujer.
Because you know what's going to happen.
Joel, ¿dónde estás? Agállate si me escuchas. Si me encuentras, mira, Joel, si ya sabes dónde estoy, levántate. Levántate, ¿vale?
This is one way to do so.
Right, and that is a form of being activated, being an activist. It doesn't have to be protesting. It doesn't have to look like what you think traditionally activism looks like. It's voting. It's that simple.
We now have to understand, like, this is a critical mass moment for this movement to continue to hold up as much steam for as long as possible. That's what this collection is going to hopefully allow for that situation to happen.
Jalen, in today's age of technology, it should be easier to vote.
No doubt. It's like we call these devices smartphones, but yet I can't vote from it. All of the things that we do in our lives are in our phones. All of these barriers are things that people will need to overcome in order to create a level of enthusiasm to vote. And again, this is not political. It's your right to do so. And there's so many times where you feel like somebody may have gotten done unjustly in your community. Pay attention to who the judges are, who's running for Senate,
mira, ¿dónde está?
mayor, governor. Pay attention.
Tú fuera,
Who's running
banano.
for president. And
Amarillo,
let's make
amarillo.
sure
Grano.
2020 we
Grano.
make a difference.
Why is more than a vote so important and invaluable in our community right now?
Well, because right now, I think we have an
No.
opportunity to let
Tú vete,
voices be
banano.
louder than ever.
Yo me quedo con
Anytime you
el
see the
Ya lo
mobilization
encontré.
of white kids holding
Tú.
Black Lives Matter signs, that means there's a breakthrough. Now, what happens with that breakthrough is the next step. You're going to look down in your email, Carrie. You're going to see all of these companies telling you how they're going to work on their diversity, how they're looking themselves in the mirror. They need to make change. Just like in sports, right? Look on the field, on the court, all those black players. The further you get up, it's like altitude or a ladder. It gets thinner and thinner. And so a lot of people talk about the system being broken. I hate to remind people that it's not broken. It was built this way.
El búho. La cara del búho.
Is to vote.
No me te dice compañero. Compañero.
So we can make sure everybody participates and gives themselves an opportunity to let their voice be heard.
I think it's interesting because you
Me
talked
quiero
about black men being
cambiar
very
el
powerful
skin. Yo
in the last 50
quería
years,
comprarme
because for so long
una
those have been
la
the
tienda.
avenues traditionally to create wealth. The NBA season comes back.
Una
What are your feelings on the season coming back in the midst of everything that is happening?
I think you'll see players
Y
challenge
gracias a Dios por
establishment.
regalarme el pase.
You're going to see them
Así dos
say,
semanas.
okay, if you have all of these marketing and promotional deals, how many of them are with minorities? How many people are you employing?
Podía
NBA?
matar
What about
a
certain teams? Who do you have as a minority owner? Or
No me
what
desmadé.
about the candidates that you have for positions of power?
¿Qué pasa,
NBA
güey?
players have proven
¿Pero qué pasa, güey?
that they are now movers and shakers. They're now the dog, not the tail. So if they decide not
¿Cuál
to
cuenta
play,
yo?
some of the biggest social changes and conversations have taken place in sports that weren't during the game.
Aura,
Before the game.
vete ya.
The Ali Summit was a
Yo me voy a
So
quedar
they did mobilize
aquí
if they
mejor.
chose to.
No,
But if
mejor aquí.
you play, challenge the league. Black Lives Matter on the jersey. Continue to make sure that every time people are watching the game, they're also seeing the movement happen.
Jalen, I appreciate you because you are always entertaining for him. All of it is needed, my friend. Be safe, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I love and appreciate you. One call away always.
Thank you. Love you, brother.
Que tienen para de 20 euros.
Every conversation that we had today, I hope was helpful for you. I am so grateful to everyone who came on with me
Tú cállate,
to talk
mujer.
about what's going on in our culture and how we need to change.
Quiero quedarme aquí.
Bun B, Jason Mayor, Yvonne Orgy, and Russ. Their words are inspiring, but also important and invaluable. I hope your phone is full with all the information that we've been able to share with you. Again, you need to check out these resources because they are so important because we want you to vote. That is your voice. It is important.
Cállate,
We,
mujer.
the people, want you to vote. So, go to morethanavote.org, fairfight.com, and when we all
Pero que
vote,
no me beses.
again, thank you so much for joining us and paying attention because this message, again, is invaluable. I'm Carrie Champion for We the People.
No tengo el balanín. La otra cosa sí. ¿Cómo que? ¡Ah! ¡Vamos a bailar! ¡Ah! ¡Ya vamos a bailar! ¡Vaya, Joel! ¡Vámonos a Joel! ¡Que tiene el bailarín! ¡Sin piel! ¡Un tío! suerte, pues se compra el pan de 20 euros. Termino el evento. Yo vamos a hacer como que tú eres rico y yo pobre. Me voy a poner aquí mismo. Vale. Hostia. Ella. Soy tonto. Venga, Joel, me voy a poner aquí en el nu, ¿vale? Y es como yo es pobre. Bien, ya era pobre. ¿Por qué aquí hay un tío todavía? Estas cosas. No, voy a poner el nubi. Pero yo era el pobre, tú venías detrás mía. Yo quería y tú querías que me echaras de la ciudad. Venga, era el valiente. Ay, que no está. Ay, que no están las armas. Ay, que no están las armas. Que ya no están los arcos. Joder. ¡No! ¿Qué me caí? No, yo era el pobre. ¡Socorro! ¡Socorro! Pues ponte el bananí, me ha atorado. O ponte un huevo si quieres. ¡No! Puedo correr. Mamá, voy a una carilla. El compañero este me ha editado los ojitos. Pero yo me tiene que pillar. Es que ya no. Ya no. ¡Ah! Es que estoy calladito. Oye, bananín. Oye, vamos a llover. Escondí con el de él. No, yo no te toque. Comienza a llover. Yo quiero que me pille. Yo no. Vamos jugando el juego. Ahora voy a bailar. A ver, no. Luego me mando. Ahora, por fin. No puedo cambiarme de skin, tío. ¡Ay, no me puedo salir! No. Vaya. Vengo a poner las pines No. Soy hacker. en tu esto. Soy hacker. Ay, tío, no tengo un baile que se mueva. No. Ay, mía. De la no ayuda a hacer desafío, ¿no? Por fin. Le pega. Es que en la gente no tengo desafío, eso. Pues vamos a un reto. Y yo no gasolina. Tus piernas. A la vez, vale, vamos a hacerlo a la vez. 1, 2 y 3. Otra vez. 1, 2 y 3. A la vez. Otra 3. 1, 2 y 3. Pero vamos a ver este baile, ¿vale? ¿Vale? 1. Espera, este. 1, 2 y 3. No te enfades. No. No. 1. Espera. 1, 2 y 3. No salió. 1, 2 y 3. No. Joder, tío. ¿Qué sale? 1, 2, 3. Sí. 1, 2, 3. Yo cuando fui a ver mi voy a correrme dijo la persona, ¿quién baila aquí en la casa de todo? Y mi hermana y yo. Y bailamos un poco. Mañana. Yo cuando fui a ver mi voy a correrme vieja de mi móvil, vale, porque no olvidé eso. ¡Natalia! ¡Joder! ¡Se me la ha quitado! ¿Qué? ¡Otra vez! Mira cómo está. Mira cómo está la mascarilla. ¡Ah, mierda, porfa! Voy a... minutos, negro, ahora mismo. ¿Y cuánto has llevado? 39, 40 minutos has llevado.